Can you see me? Nah, you're probably just as black as Stevie. You think I'm out here on these streets trying to grind because it's easy. Can you see me? You don't even know who I am. It took a lot of love from a woman for me to grow to a man. Can you see me? Nah, you can't see me. I'm invisible. But God told me that I'm invincible. All a man has is just balls and his principle. And it's hard to tell which voice I should listen to because I can be a dick in the cut trying to get at you. Why would be the man going to work in the inner suit driving in the bad wheel? And it's probably 10 to 2. Hands on the wheel, eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, attending to all the right things in the public view. Then head home and live life as another dude. Drink a couple brews, crack my bitch in the jaw. Break my daughter out of sleep and try to chain the draw. Shit is raw. Never judge a book by its cover. Gotta turn a couple pages for the truth is uncovered. Can you see me? I'm the truth that lies within. Lies within, leading to you blind within. Can you see me? Write scriptures with the mind that's pen. I'm a rolling stone, never knowing what my mind has been. Can you see me? Nah, you can't see me. I'm invisible. Nah, they can't see me. I'm invisible. They can't see me. I'm invisible.
Okay.
That's
That's
just
dope
for
though. That was dope though.
was with I'm gonna give you a second verse. Let's see. What flow through me is some of the poetry, like I'm painting in plain view, and you wouldn't know it's me. Like me and you were the same dude, and you couldn't notice me. Like we weren't in the same building where the roaches be. Difference is, I'm just trying to build on what knowledge is, and you just want to turn up and still live on positive. Sipping destruction, smoking on that equality. It's crazy. The man is middle of the problem. If you ain't looking through my eyes and you ain't see what I see, how could you truly understand what it means to be me? Unreal to touch. For any of my kids get lunch and dying to show them a better way to live and such. So you're wrong. I'm gonna try to lick you up, but I will lick you good. I don't give a fuck. I pray for the weak, and I never ever pray on the next. But when Robin King rich, let me do it with everything. You make it subscribe, baby, for the rest of the day. For just a man who picked on the way I was ready. Every lesson has a story depending on the visual. Just tell me how you see me, not a visual.
Ooh. Okay.
Welcome to Raw Talent with your host, Miss Tink. Welcome to Raw Talent. Welcome to Raw Talent with your host, Miss Tink. Welcome to Raw Talent. So, tell me, who is Ja?
I'm complexity incarnate.
What does that mean?
Complexity incarnate. I'm complexity in human form.
Okay, why you describe yourself that way?
It's the only way to describe me. Got a lot of talented at a lot of different things. I'm into a lot of different things, a lot of different interests. So I'm never one way or the other. I'm always. I got a lot of. I'm a very complex person.
You got a lot of branches.
Yeah, it's the only way to describe me.
Okay. So, what's the name of your company?
Dope regime. Let's see. We're finally opening people's eye.
Okay, so explain that to me. What is dope vision?
Dope regime is finally opening people's eye. Like
It explains itself.
I don't. Yeah, basically, like I'm a Aquarius, so I'm naturally rebellious, but I'm the truth. I don't got time to be fake. I don't. You know how I feel about you. You know what I'm saying, because how I express myself to you, or I don't. You know what I'm saying. Either way, so you know what I mean, defiant. I'm not just the type of person just to go along with something just because everybody else going along with it.
Right.
If there's something wrong with it, I'm looking at it and I'm like, niggas is retarded.
Yeah, you gonna
Y'all
question
not
it.
rap too tight. And I'm gonna stay over here. And then everybody gonna look at me like, well, why he over there? And why we over here going through this? Why how come he don't gotta do this? Because I don't subscribe to the same things that y'all subscribe to. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's helpful in the entertainment industry to be that way?
To be in what way? Be elaborate the
Complex and
question.
and complex and not allowing the trends to take over you, like staying in your lane and not conforming.
Yeah. I mean, to me, because I'm not about joining into any industry. I'm about creating my own lane.
Right.
So I'm never gonna be able to fit into anybody else's box. So
Right.
the only way for me to be be successful is to be myself.
Right. I think that's needed though, because
Yeah.
it's a lot of people who encompass other people's traits instead of
Yeah.
staying with
No
their
originality.
individuality.
No originality in it.
Right. Right. Okay. So, what is the inspiration behind y'all?
My daddy wanted a nut and he got a nut.
What?
Like Jay Z said, it was Jay Z that it's Jai, that's my name.
Right.
Jaquan Terrell.
But Ja the artist. What is the inspiration behind Ja the artist?
It's just me. There's no inspiration. I'm just me. So I experienced a lot and I write it down. I see things for what it is. I don't try to sugarcoat nothing because that's not how it was. That's not how I was raised. My mother never sugarcoat nothing for me, even when I wanted her to sometimes. So I'm very blunt. I'm direct. Sometimes my music to me is an acquired taste, but that's not all I do. I do other things. I'm an executive producer, so I see talent in other people, and I want to help you do what you do good. You know what I'm saying? I do stuff like that. I don't just do music. I promote other people. I do interviews like how you doing now.
Right.
So,
So you're a poet, a rapper.
I'm a poet. And I sing, I rap, but I'm a poet. I write poetry.
Oh, okay.
And I express it however I feel like it needs to come out.
Right. So you said that you're an executive producer. That what Dope Regime is built on, being an executive producer?
The regime is based on the regime is an idea that me and my boy had. And I ain't gonna go too deep because it's certain things, it's levels to this. But
Okay.
we had an idea of just building something that was just bigger than ourselves. You know what I mean? And everybody has their dream, but not everybody has to go get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was kind of funny because I met the dude on like a how high moment. It was my first day at this job or whatever, and I had some blood on me. I was having a bad day and everything. And so like my grandfather just gave me a ride up there, but he was acting like a dick about it. And, like I'm going to work. Like why you acting like you know the problem with me going to work? Like I'm not gonna I'll pay you or whatever. People it's like there's certain people in this world that'll give you that'll help you, but they feel like they own you
Mm-hmm.
instead of just saying, all right, well, all right, you got a job, so I'll give you a little ride because I know
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I don't want you to live here for free anyway. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So you don't want so let's help each other,
Yeah.
help each other. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's a slave mentality type thing that where old black people feel like they do anything for you that they own you. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I was like, all right, whatever. I'll find my own way home. Had some bud on me. I was in the class. I'm very observant. I just scanned the room, talked to everybody. I mean, I ain't talked to nobody, but I just scanned the room and I observed everybody. I talked because it's like it's a call center. So
Uh
like
huh.
they had training classes, groups of people and
Yeah.
stuff like that. On one of the breaks, we all went out there and took a break or whatever. You got a Dutch, like just being funny. I said it like it was a joke, just to see who the reactions. But I kind of said it low, so only the people, it was like three people around me would hear me. One person got all loud and got excited. I was like, nah, I brushed it off. The other person laughed but didn't say nothing. He just looked at me. And the other person was walking with the loud person. The one who was quiet, he looked at me. He waited till they walked out and said, that's the one I'm going with. I walked over there with him. We smoked on the lunch break. Started talking. Realized we lived near each other. I was like, shit. I was like, I'll smoke. I'll smoke you out again on the way home. You know what I mean? You trying to get me right home. I was like that. But the bond. You know what I mean? To this day, I didn't even think he got me. He didn't even think I got him. You know what I mean? So it was a high moment. But he started with that. And like I said, I came up with dope. He thought of the regime as far as like the ruling power, of what a regime is. You know what I mean? I came up with the dope because I'm defiant and I like opening people's eyes. I speak the truth. So I'm the dope piece of regime in a way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in a sense. But he don't even he don't even really he don't even live in Virginia like right now because he went to the Air Force and shit. So I'm doing everything, but he has his influence when like I said, he's there.
That's what's up. I mean, it's people. You need people like that though.
Yeah.
So, if you could be any animal, what would you be and why?
None.
You wouldn't be no animal. Why?
Because God gave us dominion over animals. Why would I want to revert back? I feel
Okay.
like I'm already, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm already at the top. Why would I want to go back? I can be any animal I want to be with this body I have. I can command any animal I want to if I have the if I can speak the tongue, if I know how to, you know what I mean, soothe that particular beast. I can master it. I don't have to be
Oh, but completely blew me out of the water.
it. Yeah.
So, what advice do you have for young entrepreneurs that's starting out that want to be executive producers and want to be artists in this industry? Besides be who they are and not try to be somebody else. What other advice do you have?
Don't be afraid to learn from other people. Don't be afraid to cut out toxic people out of your life, even if, especially if it's relatives. I'm not gonna say even if it's relatives, especially if it's relatives, because they the ones who's supposed to stand by you. So if they toxic, they need to go first. To set an example. To cut toxic people, do or die. Go hard or go home.
Don't you think it's really hard to cut relatives?
It's very hard, but that's why it's necessary. Because anything worth having is going to
Worth
be
fighting
hard. Yeah, it's going to be hard. Ain't nothing that you really want going to be easy. If it is, it's probably going to kill you.
for?
Like drugs, it's easy to get drugs. You guys, I can get drugs anywhere, but
Mm.
you can be too. Can't go everywhere and get pure, clean oxygen. You
You
need a
right about
license to
that.
buy oxygen tank or some shit like that, or a
You right
prescription. You
about
know what I'm
that.
saying? So
You right
you
about
see the
that.
difference. You know what I mean? You can buy a pork sandwich anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Any grocery store, but you gotta find the specific aisle to find you a vegan burger, or find you the right type of vegetables that you want that don't have a certain pesticide or whatever. You know what I mean? You want to eat. It take work to eat right. That's why so many people who are unhealthy because it's easy.
Mm. Okay. Y'all coming with the knowledge. What's the most challenging aspect of owning your own company?
Patience.
Why is that challenging?
Because I'm impatient. I'm spoiled. I like to have my way, and I always know what I'm talking about, but people don't always know what I'm talking about.
So, how do you translate that then?
I vibrate, and like I said, I breathe, and usually like energy people drift towards me. I don't know. Like I said, I pray, and I feel like I'm in God's favor because a lot of the times it might take a while, but yeah, most things always fall my way. Or even if it didn't fall my way, it could have been worse. And I've seen it worse. So I don't know. I just try to stay positive. It's hard, and I do fuck up, and I have a loud mouth. So yeah,
But the good thing is you can acknowledge your flaws.
yeah,
Because if you don't know your flaws, then you don't know how to control those flaws.
mm-hmm.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Because if you walk around not saying nothing wrong with what you do, then
Right.
how can you grow and learn? You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying? So,
exactly. And like that's why people look at me funny sometimes, cause like I ain't even gonna be fake. Like people say, "Oh no, I'm not a judge." I judge people. Why? Because I judge myself.
mm.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's how you hold I hold myself accountable for the things that I do. So why would I not hold you accountable for what you do? You know
So
what
when
I'm
you're
saying?
saying judge, you're not prejudging them. You're
No, I
judging
don't
them based
prejudge.
on,
I judge you based on how you treat people
yeah,
and how you treat yourself.
right.
Really, more so how you treat yourself. That's more of an internal battle. I can't really judge you for that because I have those battles. You know what I'm saying? But I can. I'm a sympathetic heart. You know what I mean? So I care for people like that. But I don't like bullies. So like negative people are just
Gotta cut them out.
yeah, I gotta cut that out.
So is it hard to judge yourself?
Mm, not for me. It's hard for other people. Cause I mean, I feel like I always been judged anyway. Like I ain't never, I never really, with a few minor exceptions, I never really felt like I had like no squad or nobody who was going to defend me. I always had to defend myself. So I always felt like I was in the receiving end of something. So before then I would let somebody do it, I would check myself. And my mama always said, check yourself before say wreck yourself. So I would check myself before anybody else could. So when they did it, it didn't affect me.
You think? Do you think you not having people, you having people judging you, helps build your character?
It definitely did. It helped me, but it also shortened my patience with certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm quicker to cut people off, man. I feel like I had a lot more patience than I used to, and now I'm like, no, because time is money, and I've wasted so much of my own time with being young, whether it was, you know what I mean, hanging out with friends who won't get no money together, chasing females who I was spending money on, or you know what I'm saying, just like I wasted so much time as a youngster of my own, I refuse to let anybody else do it. So yeah,
But do you think that's a part of the growth process, though? Wasting that time and energy
I
on
learned from
people
it.
and
Yeah, so
stuff.
I
Yeah,
definitely agree because I learned from it. Yeah, but I just feel like it's just like I said, it's checks and balances. So you
yeah.
know, cutting things off more, I feel like that means less patience, which is equates.
So what if you cut off somebody who deserves a second chance? How would you deal with that?
Like I said, I'm a sympathetic heart. If I cut you off, you already had 1,000 chances.
Okay, so it's not just like one and
Yeah,
done type situation,
yeah.
you
It
know?
probably happened. It probably happened 2 or 3 times before I said anything to you.
Right.
I probably looked at you like the first time I was like, oh, nah, they probably don't know. Second time I was like, hey, chill. Third time probably gonna like I'm probably gonna cuss you out. And
Hmm.
now after the third time, if it looked like it's gonna happen,
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm
stay
gonna
clear
hurt
of
you.
that. Right.
Yeah, it's not even you don't gotta even do it the third time. Like
Right.
you got if it looked like you're gonna do it, you have to check that.
So why not say something the first time?
Like you said, I don't know. It's not even just that. You didn't know. So like I said, I might say something. It just depends on the situation. It really just depends on the situation. But I give chance. I usually give chances. I used to give a lot of
And I
chances.
just ask that because sometimes people aren't always self-aware. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So when it comes down to like chances, I know me, I used to be the other way around. Like I started out not giving chances.
yeah,
You know, like, oh, you crossed this line, oh, we're done, and you don't even know that the line is there.
yeah.
You don't even know that that's how I feel. You know,
Exactly.
but you know you did something to piss me off. But you're like thinking like, oh, it hit like a 2, and I'm like, no, we're at a 10, and we're done. You
Most people
know,
are not self aware. So
right,
that's where it comes from giving the chance because I was like, you know what, honestly, forgive them Father, no matter what they do. I'm not you know what I'm saying, I'm not extra religious, but I have principles about myself. You know
right.
what I'm saying? But yeah, like most of the time most people are more ignorant than they are malicious. When I find out you're malicious, then I label you a bully and then I feel like I gotta do something because I never been that type of person like I got bullied. Until I learned, then I realized, hold on, I can fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, man, I'm good at it too. It actually kind of feel good knocking these niggas out. Yeah. So once I got to that point, it was like ain't nobody really want to fuck with me. Like they was, you know what I'm saying, they'll wait till a couple of niggas get mad at me and then they try to get me together. But nah, ain't nobody don't to this day. Don't nobody really say nothing to my face. It's always indirect or when I leave. You know what I mean?
So is
But
that where your distaste for bullies come from you being bullied?
yeah, yeah. So they got to the point where if that man ain't doing nothing but doing his work, and you fucking with him. So now I'm a fuck with you.
So you like
I
the bully
bully
savior,
bullies. Yeah, I bully
the
bullies.
bully savior.
I bully bullies.
So what age were you when you were bullied?
Mm, little kid. I mean, you're a kid. People try you at different stages.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You just gotta grow at each stage. But I feel like a little bit of elementary, maybe some of middle. Cause I ain't, like I said, I always was by myself.
Right.
I ain't had no brothers. I ain't had no cousins. You know what I mean? And I moved around a lot, so I was always the new nigga, and I'm not ugly, so the girls always thought I was cute.
And the
So the
guys
niggas
hated
always
on you.
like, yeah, the niggas always ain't like me because the girls thought I was cute. You know what I mean?
And then you stood on your own, which probably made them dislike it even
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
Because you standing out
The
without
metaphor,
even trying. You
right?
standing out.
The metaphor I use is I sling stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's a metaphor. I'm trying to watch my mouth, but I said that I sling deep.
No, it's raw
You know what I'm saying?
talent. Be
You know what I'm
you.
saying? I
Be
sling
you.
dick. And I don't say that meaning sexually. I sling dick meaning like I'm a presence. You know what I mean? People feel me. So I don't have to be loud when I walk in
But
the
it
room.
says silence is deadly.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's the quiet niggas that you need to really look out for.
Man.
You know.
I ain't never want to hurt nobody.
Describe a real life situation that inspired you.
inspired by a lot of things. Honestly, I get more inspired when I get pissed off. Like when I keep hitting walls, and I get frustrated, and I'm like, fuck it, and then like I just break through. I don't know. Somehow I just end up pulling something out of my ass. Um, like I don't know, man. I was just getting stagnant at one point. Been working on music and stuff since we were kids, and I feel like when nobody really doing nothing, we'll get together and we'll all talk about it. We'll all talk about it, but nobody was walking. And I got tired of being the only, feeling like the only one who was serious in the room. You know what I mean? So I would do shit like invite a nigga over to my house who got the computer and stuff to record, and invite all my niggas that rap. And we all get over, we all record something, just to get the energy flowing. Shit, I do shit like that. Um, I'll started giving interviews with people like, come on, let's talk. I got to do videography. I called him up, got him over there, and I gave him an interview, just talked about my life, and then I took him over to my boy house. Shout out New Left, and Chief Lou. I took dude over there and gave him his interview on my YouTube journey. That started my show. Got things motivated as far as I was like, you know what, honestly, Richmond, like I love Richmond. I'm from Richmond, but I'm a truth. I'm a truth. So I gotta speak it. Like Richmond is, like you said earlier, I heard you saying about clickers, but I use this bunch of crab mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it is clickers, but it's even within the click, it's the crab mentality. You know, nobody
But why
wants you to
is
get
that?
slave mentality. This is this first slave state. Like people forget that. For real, this is the first slave state. And so it's a lot of
And it's like
slave
even though we
mentality
we,
right
we
there that we
aren't
don't even
slaves
know.
ourselves, we
We are
still
though.
like embracing that.
Everybody with a social security number is a slave. But that's another story. I ain't even gonna get into that because it's deep. And I'm a Moor. I study Moorish law. So
You are more.
yeah, we are Moors. Moor comes from the term Moor by meaning before the light. Before light. But
Okay.
so look it up. But yeah, we are Moors. Moors. Black is a legal term. Black is not a nationality. Nationality means you belong to a race. Or
Right.
you belong to a nation.
Right.
A nation tied to a body of land.
Mm-hmm.
What land is called black? Ain't no country called black. We
Right.
don't have any black countries. Any country is referred to as that. Even in Africa, there's a bunch of different countries in Africa, Nigeria, whatever, a bunch of different places like that. That's what they're called. They're called Nigerian. They're not called black.
Right.
So America has tricked us with this color system. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, we need to re-educate ourselves. That's what Mr. Lauren here was talking about when he said miseducated.
Yeah.
But we missed it again. People
Right.
still wasn't put to what she was saying.
But how do you educate the whole nation to understand these things and
Yeah.
change the way of thinking or reprogram basically?
I mean, the only thing I do is start with myself, my house. I can't control everybody. But I can do me, and maybe that would be an example for somebody else. Because at the end of the day, information is free. Google is
Yeah.
in everybody's phone. You
Mm-hmm.
got Apple, whatever, but Google works. You have to
Right.
do your research. It's out there. I mean, just they say a good more is a studious more. Why? Because whether you believe it or not, we sold ourselves into slavery.
Mm.
We sold each other into slavery because some of us were literate and some of us were not. Some of us spoke language that some of us did not. You know what I mean? So when you go somewhere, you saw Year One, right?
Mm-hmm.
That movie when he was they came out the bush and Abel or Cain and Abel, that dude he killed his brother and then he took him into civilization. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to this guy and see what we can do to get your people out. And then he sold them to him. Like he lied and said, yeah, I'm gonna get you some, get your people out, and he just sold the people. So yeah, he would do that. I know something you don't. I know these are merchants. You don't know who you don't know nothing about. You just came from over there.
Right.
It's
But
just
in
simple
that scenario, is it the people's fault they got sold?
because they were uneducated.
But is it their fault that they're uneducated?
It's always your fault to be uneducated because the information is out there. Now, if the information wasn't out there, that'd be something different. As far as malicious people, you can't say it's my fault that I could have been to a malicious person.
Right.
No.
And
Like,
that's the aspect I was
no, no,
speaking
no,
from
no,
like
no,
that.
no. But it was our own application. the law. It's not an excuse. And that's in the Constitution.
Right.
Right.
Definitely. I really think we need to be
Yeah.
well versed in the law, period. So we know
Yeah.
our own rights
Absolutely.
and responsibilities and things of
Absolutely.
that nature. So what message do you want your art to deliver?
I just want to heal somebody. 'Cause we all go through stuff, and most of the time when people going through things, they feel alone. In reality, you're never alone. So
Somebody can always relate.
yeah, so I just put it out there and just hope it resonates with somebody. At the end of the day, our art is what makes us immortal. In a sense, our art and our children, our legacy, things that we leave behind
Yeah.
through DNA, through thought, through visual, through words. So I want to be immortal. I don't care if I'm not famous. I just want to touch somebody. Touch as many people as I can.
That's dope. Dope regime. That's dope. So if you could collab with any artist, who would it be? Dead or alive? If you can't do one, do two.
Yeah, I can't do one.
I can see your
I could
thoughts.
I could barely do two. But as far as doing music with, man, that's a crazy question because it's like it depends on what we doing as far as music. Like I said, music is expression, so it depends on like I mean what we doing. Like if we singing out, Marvin Gaye
Okay,
something
you
like I'm
sing,
gonna
you rap, and you do poetry. So break down each category. Give me one for
I'm
each
just
one.
I get it. I'm just speaking to my complexity again.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
exactly. I'm complexity
right.
incarnate. So I would I would want to watch a Bob Marley concert. I would probably I would join watching because I wouldn't want to mess up their art. I just want to feel it. I want to be in the room with that love and that presence and the vibes that they're creating. So Marvin Gaye and Bob Marley, I would love to see one of their concerts. Um, Lauren Hill, I would just want to talk to her, smoke a blunt with her, talk to her because she real. As far as somebody I do a song with,
It's like the toughest question yet for
nah, cause
you.
I mean for real, I don't really like. I ain't never really think about
Thought
that
about
shit.
it.
Like yeah, like I
Yeah.
mean, who I do a song with? Cause I'm like, again, I don't really. My music sometimes is an acquired taste, so
Right.
it's not like doesn't really fit into any genre. Like when I play it on Spotify, and I might get a Lil Wayne song come out play after my
Right.
shit, but then again I might get some shit from Q94 play after my shit. You never
Right.
know. You know what I mean? It's kind of diverse, but I don't know. But if I want to make it a hit, I'll put Lil Baby on that bitch though, cause that little nigga be
Yes, you
spitting.
do.
Yeah, I'll
Yes,
put
you
Lil
do.
Baby on that
So
bitch. I
if you
know it's gonna
had
go.
to label your art as a genre, like you can create your own name for this genre, what would you call it?
Dope,
Just dope.
dope.
So we got R&B, we got rap, we got blues, and we got dope.
You got dope shit.
Okay. Okay. So what was the story behind Got to Get It On? Got to Get On.
Got to get on. Yeah, I was at that point.
You touched on a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, I
You
was
know.
at that point. I was getting to a lot of self knowledge, um, and I was at a breaking point. I had just beat 2 felonies back to
Mm.
back, and I just got out of Tucker's
Mm.
because I was, facing 2 felonies and make you want to go crazy. So I went and sat down for a week just to relax myself, and I was like,
So you put yourself in Tuckers?
yeah, I took myself in there because I didn't want to. I knew what I was thinking. And it wasn't right, so I just wanted to make sure I could correct myself. At the end of the day, mental health is something that black people don't touch on enough. And it's
Yeah, I was gonna let you finish and talk about that a little
yeah,
bit because
black
that's
we don't
it's
touch on enough, but
it's
it's
amazing that you sought to care for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because a lot of people shy away from that instead of seeking help. Most people don't want to be labeled or
I
categorized.
mean, I don't believe in labels or nothing like that. But at the end of the day, I got daughters, and I do anything for them. and I feel like the least I can do is try to make myself a better man.
Right.
So um, that's what I'm still trying to do. That's what I do, work on every day. But yeah, that's just something as a people we don't touch on enough. Feel like nobody want to be called crazy or whatever, but you crazy if you don't get help. You crazy
Right.
if you crazy. Instead, the definition is insanity is to do the
Same
same thing
thing.
over and over again,
And
expecting a
expect different
different result.
results.
That's insanity. If you know that your parents had mental health issues or drug habits, you know what I'm saying, and you know how it affected you, why do you want to put your children through that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
saying that's where the generational curses come in,
yeah,
or the trickle down effect,
right, yeah,
comes in because you have to get help, so you won't inflict that
exactly. And
on the
my
next.
mother, the one thing she always said was, "I just want you to be better than me." Not because I feel like I'm a bad person, but because every generation is supposed to be better than the one before them.
Right.
If you're not better than me, then that means I failed as a person. And while me and my mother talked a lot about mental health, we talked a lot about the importance of making sure you're good. I've never seen her actually go get help or go to any
Mm.
therapist or anything of that nature. But we always talked about it, and like she was all pro for it, but I've never seen her do it.
Right.
I don't know if she did or not. Maybe she did, but I didn't. I never knew about it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's something that I should have been getting back as a child.
Hmm.
Realistically, like certain things you don't really realize until you go through trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like I would blame my depression on my mother's death, but then when I thought about it after going to therapy, like nah, I this kind of something kind of genetic, like for real, like it kind of been in me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I remember being 3 years old and just asking questions, being self-aware to the point like asking, I was like, yo, why you had me?
At 3.
Yeah, younger, for real. But why you had me? I feel like your life would be so much better. You could sing like an angel. You so beautiful. Why you had me? I feel like I messed up your life. And she cried and she
Mm.
bawled her eyes out crying because she felt like she was doing something wrong for me saying that. And it wasn't really her. It was shit from her mother, shit from her brother. You know what I mean? Again, generational curses. People who feel like, oh, I don't like that nigga. He, whatever, whoever you think the father is. You know what I'm saying? She felt like he took something from her daughter's innocence or whatever. So I feel like she ain't like me because she ain't like my daddy. But
Mm.
it wasn't even just that.
There's a lot of kids that deal
It's
with that.
generational curses again. She just was a toxic person. She had toxic and negativity shit that's passed from her parents.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I even remember my mama telling me one time, she's like, "Yeah, my father. I used to always remember like the domestic violence and how my father would beat on my mother. But she was telling me, she said, but I never really understood it. Not saying that it was a good thing. She said, but it's always two sides to every story. And once I realized it, I was like, she was a very, very negative person. And she was mentally beating him up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and this is what she was saying. But hurt people.
Yes,
It short, just to put
definitely.
it shortly, just hurt people, hurt
Definitely.
people. So yeah, That's why I say to the point where I'm less patient because I'm a man now. I'm 31. So yes, of course, I want to forgive her. I want to forgive my grandmother, and I want to forgive my uncle for things that they did to me as a child, right?
Hmm.
But they don't feel like they wrong.
Mm.
So how can I forgive you for something
That you ain't really
when you're not sorry for it?
accepting, yeah,
You're not accepting
your
that you were wrong.
responsibility.
Yeah, you
Hmm.
don't feel like you're wrong. So how can I forgive you for that?
But how does that affect you? Because forgiveness isn't for the other person; it's for you
Right.
to heal and go and move past it. So
Um,
how does that affect your health, wealth, and well being?
I'm working on it, and that's why I'm doing the things that I do now. So
Do
I'm
you hold
working
your
on
mom
it.
accountable for any of that stuff? 'Cause you mentioned your grandmother and your uncle, but
My mother had me at 15. She was a child, so yeah, to a point. But at the end of the day, before she died, we had a lot of talks. We had a lot of clarity. You know what I mean? So I can't hold nothing against her because at the end of the day, she was a victim too. Again, hurt people, hurt people. She was
right.
afraid just like I was afraid. We was two kids in the house, afraid of everybody.
Mm.
So I can't be mad at her for not being able to stand up to the same people that were doing the same shit to her. I can't. You know what I mean? And then I don't know. So nah, and like I said, I want to forgive her. But it was crazy because like I mean, like not last Christmas. Yeah, it was last Christmas or the Christmas before last. My youngest daughter had just turned 1 year old. She just started walking. She wasn't all the way walking yet.
Mhm.
My grandmother has MS. My aunts felt like, oh, let's go ahead and, we're going to get an Airbnb and bring a hospital bed in there so grandma could be around the family for Christmas and everything. Whoever
Mhm.
wanted to stay there, everybody put in whatever, blah, blah, blah. This and the third. Well, all right, that'd be cool. Be around the family for Christmas. My grandma could be my youngest daughter, even though I already had these feelings and reservations about her, but I was like, you know what? It's about family. It's Christmas. Let's
So
do
you
our
set
thing.
that aside. You
Yeah, I
so
set that.
self aside.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I set that aside. She has MS. She can't even get out the bed. But she felt she had the energy. She had the energy to get up and reach and hit my daughter because she wouldn't bring her something.
Mm.
I just told you she's 1 year old. She just learned how to walk. She didn't know what you was talking about,
Right.
and you hit her, and you can't even fucking walk. You
Mm.
can't get out the bed to wipe your ass, but you felt you got the energy to put your hands on somebody. You the devil, and you talking about Jesus this and Jesus that. Holy roller, pray every second if she could. Quick to tell
Mm.
somebody about Jesus, but you putting your hands on somebody. You the devil. That's why that religion shit don't mean nothing to me. I'm not a Christian. I know what I know because I have a relationship with God.
Right.
I don't have nothing to do with no religion. I don't pledge allegiance or allegiance to anybody. Words mean everything. That's why I had to break that religion thing
I
down.
felt
Yeah,
the energy
yeah,
there. Like
yeah.
I felt your
That shit
energy. Like
crazy.
your energy completely shifted.
Yeah,
Just going back to that moment.
cause that's my baby, man. That's my
Yeah.
children, and you doing to them what you did to me, and I like, yeah, that's my child. That's all I'm gonna say. And if anybody that won't do anything for their children is not a good parent. I
And our
don't care
job is
who it
to
is.
protect them
Yeah, exactly. My job is to
first.
protect them, not you. Fuck
First.
you. I don't
First
care.
and
You
foremost.
you had your time. You in the hospital bed still trying to put your hands on people. You where you at for a reason. That's why I say I have no patience for people because I don't feel sorry for nobody.
Right.
I don't care. Like at the end of the day, like I used to be really, really empathetic to where if you going through something, I'll cry with you. Like it was my pain. I'll take it on. We'll be there with you. I'm an empath like
That's not
that.
healthy for you though.
I know, no, but I mean, if you know how to cleanse yourself, because it's
Yeah.
people
I'm about
are
to say
like,
that some people
everybody's here
take
for a
on
reason. So
yeah.
yeah, so if
But
you can
like
cleanse
sometimes
yourself, it can be good.
yeah, I'm about to say the cleansing part is very important because if you
Very
take on
important.
everybody's emotions and feelings, then when you come down to dealing with yours,
Right.
it's like a melting pot of different
And
stuff.
like
You know what I'm
that's stuff
saying?
that I did naturally as a kid because it's you can't help who you are and how you are. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But you have to train yourself and strengthen yourself in those areas. So I'm able to do that now. But as a kid, I didn't always know how to do that. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I feel where people are coming from. But life has taught me that they are there for a reason.
Mhm.
So I don't feel sorry for nobody.
Yeah, because karma come back around.
Karma comes back around.
It
Like
definitely does.
if I see an old person that's real fucked up, if they white, I'm like they said nigga a lot. Not saying they say nigga, a lot, but it's a metaphor. You know
You
what I'm saying?
saw
It's a
my face.
metaphor.
I was
It's a metaphor. But you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
I'm
get
like,
where you're coming from, though.
that old
Yeah.
man over there messed up. I wonder how many niggas he done beat up in his lifetime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody,
Mhm.
I'm not saying that that's the case.
And that's what I teach my kids too. That karma don't come back the same way you dished it. It don't got
It
to come
come
back.
10 back
You smack
tenfold.
somebody, karma don't gotta come back with you getting smacked. It
You
can
might
come
get
back.
shot.
You know what I'm saying? It could
Yeah.
come back sometimes worse. So make sure that your path is
Right.
set on the right wavelength where
Mm.
not doing fucked up shit to
Right.
people for no reason,
Exactly.
without precedence, at
Exactly.
all. But we gotta break down that got to get on. I ain't get
They gotta get on. Oh,
what
so
that was.
yeah. So we started talking
we
about
kind
it.
of
Yeah,
veered
but
a little
that's everything I
bit.
was going through. That's everything I was going through when I wrote it. And I was like, I gotta get on. Like like so I literally was writing the lyrics word for word is everything I was just going through at the time. I was like, I fell to a quarter from a zip. And I had a zip. I fucked up the zip, and I was like, I could only re up with a quarter. And I was like, damn. I was like, what the hell am I doing wrong? I was like, man, fuck it. I don't even want to do this no more. Like, so I just was like, I got to do this music shit. So I just started writing. I had some beats that I'd been sitting on for a minute. My uncle had made the beat. You know what I mean? And I wrote this shit. And I recorded it. I went with him to record it. It took him 4 or 5 years to finally edit this shit and get it out.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah, the same fuck ass uncle I was talking about before that said, yeah, that said that, you know what I mean, was abusive to have me, you know what I'm saying, feeling some type of way
Yeah.
as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, he'll sit there and he's very manipulative. Like, I feel like, first of all, I can't respect no man that's trying to be, that you supposed to be a leader of the family, you were supposed to be a patriarch or whatever, and you absent, or
Mm.
you supposed to be a patriarch and you not even in charge in your own household, or
Mm.
you supposed to be in charge. You trying to act like you want some type of level of respect, but I feel like people are very manipulative with their intentions.
Mhm.
Like, okay, he want to record this, but I hear his lyrics and I don't really like it. So, all right, come on, I'm gonna let him record it, but I ain't never gonna finish editing it, so he can't put it out. And
He's
I'm
trying
not
to hold
saying,
you back.
yeah, I'm not saying that that's what he constantly thinking. But
Right.
if you take 5 years to edit a song, and then the shit still ain't done,
It
and I
definitely
gotta
don't
I
take
gotta
that
put it out
long.
incomplete just to say fuck you. You're not gonna hold me up. You're not gonna hold me up. That's why I put out a couple of songs that I put out. Like they're not even where I want them to be at. But I did it because like Kanye said, I'll fuck myself up before I let you fuck me up.
Right.
Because this is my art, and if I want it out, it's gonna be put out. You're not gonna
Right.
hold me up. You're not gonna hold me back for no reason at all. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't even know what his reasons is, but he'll make excuses. He got more excuses than God should allow. For
Mm.
any one man with two balls should have.
Right.
That's just how I feel. But yeah, like you can't never link up. But every time I'm talking to you, like yo, I got some. Like it ain't like I'm trying to get anything for free. I don't believe in getting anything for free. So I want to pay for my studio time. Like, oh no, you ain't gotta pay for me. We'll link. We'll find some time to get it together. All right. But you got other people coming and paying time that some of them may be better than me, some of them not as good as me. But the end of the day is you're not investing in your family. You're supposed to be
Right.
a leader of this family. You're not investing in this family. You're investing in outsiders. I don't respect that. That's not a
Right.
logical person to me.
But sometimes with family, I guess sometimes I'm a play devil's advocate. I'm not saying that you're wrong because I feel exactly where you're coming from. But then the other side of the coin is family sometimes expects you to do stuff because you're family, but that's not what's for you either. So like your
Yeah.
music is built on taste. So maybe I'm not saying this is what it is because I don't want you to take it that way at all. But maybe what you're doing ain't for him. But he
Then
should be
say
honest
that.
with you and say that at the
Again,
same time. You see?
more excuses than any man with two balls should have.
Right.
So if that's the case, say that. If I ask you a question, I'm like, yo, so how we gonna split these? And I already know the answer. How we gonna split these royalties? Oh no, don't worry about it. We'll talk about that later.
Mm-mm.
I can't do business with
Mm-mm.
nobody like that because
Mm-mm.
you trying to take advantage of me.
Yeah.
Luckily, before I even asked you the question, I already had my shit registered on ASCAP because I don't trust you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So do you still deal with that person as far as
Hell
business is
no.
concerned? I was thinking that sounds like one of
That's
them
my
cut
uncle.
cut
I
it
don't fuck. Nah, I don't
situations.
fuck with that nigga. I've been cut his ass out. I just cussed his ass out on Facebook the other day. I ain't even say nothing to him. I just made a post about it indirectly because that nigga actually it was directly. I just gonna say his name because he did the same thing. Like you producing music, it's his beats. It's his beats. So it's like if you don't like the song, then don't record it.
Right.
Or if you know what I'm saying, just or you like I don't really like how they can say that. If you know what I mean, don't give me the beat in the first place. Why you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, it's like I'm not asking for anything for free. That's my point. No,
Right.
family should not ask for anything for free.
Right.
But if they want to be involved and willing to put in work, you a coward
I
for
mean,
not
but at the
working
same
with them. Yeah, like
in the same perspective as an artist, he has to respect you as an artist
right.
and respect that though your art is different, it's for somebody.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's where you
So
remove your personal feelings from your
yeah,
professional business.
because
So that's
business
why I offered the
wise,
money. So
yeah,
if you personally don't feel it, it don't matter.
because he don't gotta
Respect
agree
my
with
wallet
everything
though.
business wise, but
Yeah,
he
you don't
should
have to.
respect your craft, regardless of which way
That's
you skin that.
that's where I'm at with it. Exactly where I'm at with it.
And the hypocrisy thing is
Yeah.
real because people don't walk what they talk all the time, and they and the thing is that like I'm a Christian, you know, but I see a lot of times where people use the scriptures to benefit their situation. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like you can't do
Exactly.
this because the Bible says you shouldn't do this. But on the flip side, even if you're not doing exactly what I'm doing, you're doing something to contradict what you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like everybody's holier than thou. We're all
Exactly.
built
And
and we
that's
all
what I
have
was saying
sin.
earlier. That's what I'm
So
saying
don't
earlier.
judge me for my sins.
Exactly.
Cause I'm damn sure not judging you for your sins. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I was saying earlier. As far as when I said I do judge, as far as I judge myself, I hold myself
Right.
accountable, and I feel like everybody else should as well.
Right.
So no, yeah, I do this. I'm flawed in this ways. I'm flawed in these ways. But why you walking around acting like your shit don't stink? You talking
Mhm.
like I'm talking about what I'm doing. You talking about what I'm doing too. You still ain't said nothing about the shit that you sitting in.
I understand.
That's what I'm talking
I had
about.
somebody come to me and tell me that I wasn't, and I'm gonna let you answer this because you've known me for what, like 6 months now.
Something like that.
That
Yeah.
I'm not a giving person. Right? Does that classify me like
I'm not got
as who
nothing to
I
say to.
am? Like, you know what I'm saying? And this is somebody who knows, supposed to know me, and I'm like,
What did they do to burn that bridge?
right.
Is what I'm gonna
And then
say. Cause
so I told him like I'm not giving to you, but
yeah,
that don't mean I ain't giving.
that's
And
what I'm
everything
saying.
I do
Everybody's
is not
relationship is different.
televised. Everything I do is not
It ain't
televised
supposed
because
to be.
if I'm giving from my heart, I
It
don't
don't
gotta
have. It ain't.
tell the next person
Yeah.
that this is what I did for so and so and such. I'm gonna do it, and my movement's gonna be swift, direct, and I'm
And
moving
that's what I
on.
was saying as far as my grandfather earlier. Like, if I do something, I don't gotta go like, yeah, I gave her that money for a rent. I would never do that because now that's some kind of entitlement to making. That's belittling you. That's
Hmm.
demeaning. Why would I do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nah. If I was, we had an agreement to where you're supposed to pay me back, I'm gonna come to you and be like, hey, where my money at? But
Right. Now
I'm
talk to
not
the
gonna
whole
talk to
family
nobody else.
about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk to nobody else.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the nigga had to come ask me for $50 the other day. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Then niggas.
Everything ain't supposed to be
Slave
televised.
mentality. It's
Everything
slave
ain't supposed to be
mentality. Yeah,
televised.
but people like having power over each other. And that's why I said it's slave mentality because that shit comes from plantations. It comes from niggas being put against each other on purpose to
And
cause a division.
I guess
To this
the
day, white people hate seeing groups of black people standing together. If you ever been in any job, I don't give a fuck where you at. If you ever been 3 or 4 black people or more, 3 or more black people standing in a group, I
mhm.
guarantee you, it's gonna be at least one white person to walk up and say, "Hey, y'all need to split up, split up, y'all spread out." Before Corona,
Because united we stand, and we are forced to be reckoned
it's
with.
intimidating. The most intimidating thing
Hmm.
is a group of black people, right? So yeah, that shit
I just
crazy.
think you made me lose my daggone train of thought because I was into your statement, but it was something you said that triggered me to want to say something else. But if it comes back to me, I'll address it.
My bad.
So
I noticed a change in Ja months ago. So why the big chop?
Oh, the locks.
Yes, because I mean you went from like boom to like it was
Yeah.
shocking to me. I don't know if you saw my face when the first thing you were at the head. I was like, what the fuck? Like
Yeah.
what
Nah,
happened?
spiritual reasons. I just your hair, especially my locks, they're antenna. The antenna. We like to vibrate. We have frequency in us. You know what I mean? That's why you ever like you see like a static on TV, right? And you touch it and it'll change.
Yeah.
Because you have vibration, we vibrate, we electric. You know? So I don't know. It just long story short, spiritually I had to cleanse. It was a rebirth. It had been 9 years. 9 represents born in numerology. So we born in 9 months. So it had been 9 years. So metaphorically, I felt it was time. I had just been going through a lot. I refer to my lot as my strength and my struggle, and it got heavy in more than one way. It got heavy physically. It got heavy
That can get heavy
spiritually.
when they grow too.
Yeah, it got heavy
Physically.
Yeah, it got physically and spiritually though. You know what I mean? So I was already feeling like I wanted to cut it, but I feel like I should cut it, but I didn't really want to cut it. And then my not my birth father, but the person I was raised living was my father. He overdosed. Um, so it brought up a lot of trauma from childhood and just from my mother's passing and stuff. So it brought up a lot of stuff. And then like a few months after he died, or like a month after he died, I only think it was a whole month.
So when he OD, he died.
Yeah, he died. Yeah, he died, and like a month later, DMX died. And
So that's new.
yeah, a month later DMX died, and DMX, like me and him used to bond over DMX, like that Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood album. Like I remember when we used to like he had a Explorer back in the day. I was riding with him, would be Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Like that whole album was hard. Like that was our bonding. So like and I like he even bought me the DMX book about his life story. Once when I was a teenager, I was just going through the rebellious teenager shit. I read the book and I bonded with it, so I really felt the connection with X, and you know what I'm saying. And then X kind of reminded me of my connection with my father, like especially being like they've been both on drugs, shit like that. You know what I mean? So I mean, when X died, I was like, I'm gonna go bald. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I was like, I said, so I even spit a little John. I was like, I said, did it for my, I did it as a tribute. Yeah, you know, my dog died. Oh, I said, did it for my, I said, did it as a tribute. Yeah, you know, my dog did. put that dick in your bitch. Now she like bald heads. But yeah, I was like, oh, I was just
You made a statement there in that segment that you were just talking about. You said that the guy that you believed was your father.
Yeah, he was
not your biological father.
Yeah,
Did you know your biological father?
I know him now. I didn't. I was raised to believe he was my father till I was 19, and then
Ooh.
Yeah,
But he stayed a part of your life. The one who you were raised to believe was your father. He didn't.
Nah, that's how I found out he wasn't my father because we was beefing. He got upset because basically he been on and off drugs my whole life. So like while I always knew him, his daddy was my daddy for real. He wasn't really there. He was more like an older brother more so than my father. You know what I'm saying? Just as far as like how he was. You know what I mean? But and like I said, they had me at 15. So they was young.
Right.
So we grew up together, but he wasn't really there. But what happened? What was the question again? As far as him, you said as far as him specifically. You said what?
Did he stay around?
No, did he stay around? No. So 14, I was 9 in ninth grade. The ninth grade summer, I got put out my mom's job because I was bucking. Like all my friends was older than me. Like my mom was overprotective. She didn't want to let me go outside. I wanted to chill. I wanted to have fun. I wanted to get some coochie. I wanted to be a kid. I'm just saying. I wanted to be a kid. So. And all my friends was older than me, so I'm 14, hanging with 16-year-olds and shit. So I want to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? That she won't really try to let me do, cause she had me at 15.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
She tried to keep you from making a mistake.
Yeah, but we overcompensate sometimes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I got put out, and he was clean at the time. He was living in D.C., working in group homes and shit. So I went up there to stay with him for a little while. You know, it was alright, nice little experience just to experience something outside of Richmond. But I still ain't never really seen him. You know what I'm saying? I was always, because he was working. So he was working all the time. So, I mean, I'd be at school when he at home sleep. By the time I come home from school, he'd go nowhere. Yeah, so I ain't really seen him. I would be there with his stepdaughter, and because it was him and his girlfriend was staying with her sister. And when I came, she brought her daughter there too, because they both was recovering addicts. So they were like, well, shit, you want me to get my daughter or whatever. I guess. Yeah, whatever. So
together.
yeah, we gonna both come. We gonna both try to get our shit together or whatever. But she had been cleaning longer than him because she was working at the jump, the house, the halfway house, or whatever that he went to get clean.
Oh, okay.
So she been cleaning longer than him. But yeah, so I went up there, stayed with him for a little while, and then like. The living situation got unstable. Like they didn't know where it was. The sister was selling her townhouse, so we didn't know where we was gonna go. And I was like, well, shit, I'm going home. And plus, it was shit going on in my house. You know what I'm saying? That I wasn't there. I was always used to being the man in my house. I mean, I'm the oldest. The only other people there is my mom, my little sister, and my two little brothers who were like little kids. So I was the only one there, and like people. Like I said, abusive uncles, not the same one I was talking about before, but another uncle, and he fucking up my house and doing traps and shit when I'm not there. So, I mean, I wanted to go home. I gotta protect my family. That's a lot on the kids, though. Yeah, but I'm a man. I had to protect my family. And so that's how I felt. So I wanted to go home, and he was mad at me that I wanted to go home. I'm like, bro, your situation not even stable. Like, you don't even know where you're gonna go. He said, nah, we gonna handle that. I was like, all right, but I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm a kid. I shouldn't have to worry about that shit. Plus, I want to go home. I said, my mother's shit going on in my house. I got to take care of my family, bro. Like, I can't leave them by themselves. That's all I knew. So, he felt some type of way, and we ended up fighting. You know what I mean? He brought some gloves up. He brought some gloves up, and we shot the one first. And then another time, we got to fight over a gun. But that was just dumb on both of our parts, for real. He left a gun in my car. I tried to sell it. And that joke got stolen. Yeah, so I took it because I was gonna sell it, and then somebody took it from me.
Wow.
Yeah, so karma.
Yeah, chain reaction.
Karma, you know what I'm saying? He did something stupid, and something stupid happened to the gun.
Right.
He wasn't supposed to leave it with me. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he wasn't supposed to have that shit.
Yeah.
And he told me to hide it so his daddy won't know about it. Like, you're a grown ass man, bro. You should have told me to give it to him.
So how did you find out that he wasn't your biological father?
Because after we got to fighting, he said he grabbed me by the neck and choked me, and I stuck his ass, and I left his shit leaking. And he was like, if I could put my hands on him, that I want his son. And he just happened to be right. So he took me for a DNA test. And I said,
so he didn't know either?
Yeah, you know. Nobody knew.
Wow.
Nobody knew.
Wow. How did that make you feel? You never thought about it?
Nah, it's a mix about it though. It's a lot of shit. Cause everybody is like, just think of half of everybody that you grew up knowing you was related to.
You ain't related to none of them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just imagine that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like abandonment. I already grew up alone. I already had no siblings that was my age, so I already felt like a lone wolf.
Right.
And then to find out that like half of my family, not even my family, it's like, damn, I'm really out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So
you was alone all over again.
yeah, and then after that, and then she died. No, and then after that, my best friend died, and then 3 months later, then she died. And before I even got a chance to even get in contact with her, so I had to find her myself. Luckily, she gave me the number to one of my relatives, my cousin, and so I got in contact with him and shit. But yeah, I been through some shit.
Yeah, definitely. A journey of 1,000 miles started with a single step. You definitely just took a couple of those singles, you know, and the journey continues on. So, I know you got some stuff that you're working on behind the scenes. Anything on the forefront that you got coming up, like in the next 6 to 8 months or anything?
Right now, I'm stacking up I'm working on some projects. My next project, everything will be done in-house. Like I said, I've been having too much issues with producers half-assing, you know what I'm saying? Niggas saying, oh yeah, you can come over and we could do something, and then we don't ever get nothing done. So, you know what I mean? So I'm doing everything at my house, at my address, on my computer, you know what I'm saying? If I collab with somebody, then that's because we really trying to link and we in sync, because I ain't trying to bend and fold to nobody else's way right now. You know what I mean? I've been doing that too long. Right now, everybody gotta get on. If you gotta get on my dick or get the fuck. Right now, that's just how I feel. But yeah, you can look out Substance Abuse, also Tracks from the Cut. There's the 2 mixtapes that's out, open on all platforms.
Substance Abuse is the name of the mixtape?
Substance Abuse is the name of one mixtape, and Tracks from the Cut is another mixtape.
Okay.
Yeah. I named
Catchy
it.
though.
Yeah. Well, it's dope shit, but I named it Substance Abuse for a reason. It's not about drugs. Ain't nothing on it about drugs. It's a substance. Shit that's meaningful. You know what I'm saying? And substance abuse. Like, yeah, it's a play on words.
But like I said, it's catchy.
Yeah.
It's gonna make somebody look at it because they're like, substance abuse. You know what I'm saying?
It's a play on words.
Well, I want to thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Glorious warrior, you ain't got a war with me. You ain't got a war with me. You ain't got a war with me. Glorious warrior, you ain't got a war with me. You ain't got a war with me. You ain't got a war with me. You said you go to war for me, but only ever war with me. A glorious warrior, but you ain't got a war with me. You ain't got a war with me. You ain't got a war with me. You said you go to war for me, but only ever war with me. A glorious warrior, but you ain't got a war with me.
Are we on the same team?
You ain't got a war with me.
You with me, I'm with you.
You ain't got a war with me. On the road to glory, got stuck on this roller coaster ride back and forth. I wonder if you're for sure this time. You tell me get my shit and leave. Each way emotions tend to lead. Who is gonna follow if we both keep trying to lead? I'm not giving up on us, but you keep giving up on me. I'm not living on my knees, but I did get on one knee. Stupid thinking love and loyalty is what I would receive. Instead you handed me some bullshit, thinking still some on your sleeve. And I took it cause I loved you. At times still wanna hug you. When things were set in motion, thought we would live a better life, right? You thought you could make it better, right? No. You thought you could make me better, right? Well, now you see me in a better light. Let you tell it I ain't never right and you ain't never wrong. That's another song. I ain't want war with you, but you made war with me. Glorious warrior, baby, you ain't got a war with me. But you ain't got a war with me. You ain't got a war with me. You ain't got a war with me. Glorious warrior, but you ain't got a war with me. You ain't got a war with me. You ain't got a war with me. You said you go to war for me, but only ever war with me. Glorious warrior, but you ain't got a war with me. But you ain't got a war with me.
I just don't get it.
But you ain't got a war with me. You said you go to war for me, but only ever war with me. A glorious warrior, but you ain't got a war with me.
So we on the same team.
But you ain't got a war with me.
You with me, I'm with you.
You ain't got a war with me. On the road to glory, got stuck on this roller coaster ride back and forth. I wonder if I'm for sure this time. I tell you, get your shit and leave. Emotionless when your heart bleeds. Who is gonna follow if we both keep trying to leave? I keep giving up on us, but you not giving up on me. I'm not living on my knees, but you did get on one knee. Stupid thinking love and loyalty was easily received, but as soon as you get loud, I'm calling the police. And they took you, but I love you. I meant it when I hug you. When things were set in motion, we thought we would live a better life. You thought you could make it better, right? You thought you could make me better, right? Well, now you see me in a better light. Let you tell it, I ain't never right and you ain't never wrong. That's another song. You ain't want war with me, but I made war with you. Took your daughter to Georgia and your son was aborted too. And my glorious baby, you ain't want war with me, but I brought it to you. Glorious warrior, but you ain't got war with me. Glorious warrior, but you ain't got a war with me. You ain't got a war with me. You ain't got a war with me. Glorious warrior, but you ain't got a war with me. You ain't got a war with me. You ain't got a war with me. You said you go to war for me, but only ever war with me. Glorious warrior, but you ain't got a war with me. But you ain't got a war with me.
I just don't get it.
But you ain't got a war with me. You said you go to war for me, but only ever war with me. A glorious warrior, but you ain't got a war with me.
So we on the same team.
But you ain't got a war with me.
You with me, I'm with you.
But you ain't got a war with me.
Tink did not come to play with you hoes. I came to slay, bitch.